Let's continue our advanced design features lecture, and we're going to look at drawing a tapered hole now. I'm going to switch my units now to inches and create a new part. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a block, and I'm going to put a tapered hole in the block I'm creating. To create a block, I'm going to insert, design feature, block. Let's say the dimensions I want for this particular block are 7 by 7 by 7. And I'm going to go ahead and start it at the origin again. So here's our block. I'm going to go ahead and create a hole, insert design feature, hole. I'm going to select the top face. And you know, we can specify the point to be the center point. So let's go ahead and keep practicing that option. Center point for this case is 3.5. It's going to be from here to here. Center point will be 3.5. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and click Finish Sketch, just like we've done. Now, instead of having a general hole, let's go ahead and, we'll keep the general hole option, and instead of having a simple hole, let's go ahead and look at a tapered type hole. We can specify the diameter as 1 inch, taper angle we can leave as 10 degrees, but instead of having it through the body, let's go ahead and specify a value that we want it to go down. And in this case, the value that I'm going to specify is a value of 2. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now what you see is we have a hole that is tapered for the particular screw that we're looking at. So, or for whatever particular part that may need to fit into this object. So that concludes our hole, different types of holes that we can construct. And now what I'm going to start looking or telling you about our pocketing features, and also we're going to look at some groove and design features. And I'm going to want you to turn in by the end of the week a practice exercise of the hinge, or at least we're going to work on it in class. So let's go ahead and start a new part now. And let's select all of our units in inches. And for this part, I'm going to insert a block. So let's go ahead and insert a block. And for the units of this block, I'm going to select a 4 by 7 by 2 block. And I'm just following the tutorial that's in the book that we have. And instead of inserting a hole in this case, I'm going to go to Insert a Design Feature, and I'm going to insert a pocket. Okay. And the type of pocket I'm going to insert is going to be a rectangular pocket. And I'm going to go ahead and select the top face as the location where I want my rectangular pocket. So let me go ahead and select face of block 1. Okay. And once I've selected it, I can go for several different options here. And let's say I want to, I'll go ahead and select a let's go ahead and select a horizontal reference. So let me click a select this point once again, vertical reference. And the horizontal reference I'm going to want to look for, and you see I have horizontal reference here selected, and I'm going to want to select the horizontal reference, and I'll go ahead and select the X, or this value here that's along this line, or this in your tutorial it says edge 2. Okay, so we'll click edge of block 1. So we're going to specify the dimensions of our pocket that we're going to be creating. So it's going to have a length, and remember that this is all in relationship now to the edge that we've specified. So we're having a length of 4 and a width of 1 with respect to that edge now that we specified. The depth of it is going to be 0.25. So let me go ahead and click OK. And so you see the outline now of this edge has now appeared, and we can start specifying some more dimensions of it as we go along here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the perpendicular option. So you might remember this as when we're doing our sketches. And I'm going to specify some of these dimensions, and I'm going to go ahead and select a distance between here and the line of the pocketing portion here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and select the edge here. And that distance I want to specify having a value of 1.5. Select OK. I'm going to go ahead and select perpendicular again, and I'm going to select the edge at 0.2 here, and I'm going to select the edge here so we can have another distance. And this distance I'm going to specify having a value of 1. Okay. Finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an angular option, okay, and I'm going to select the between the edge here and the actual edge of the pocketing part, and I'm going to specify the angle in this case to be 20, and I'm going to hit OK. So you see now what has happened is we've created a pocketed area, and we can specify some of the other dimensions here as we define our pocket. So just to recap, I selected this face that I wanted to place it on. For the horizontal reference, I selected the edge, I selected the dimensions. The perpendicular option that we selected, if you recall, we have this distance here, which I specified as 1.5. Okay. I selected the distance between this point and this point as being a distance of 1. Okay. And then I selected this angling tool. The angle between these two is an angle of 20. Okay. So we created some pocket on a solid surface, and you can see that it's a little bit along the edge, but that's the general idea. Let's go ahead and let's go now to a new tutorial where we look at the groove feature, and let's create another block. So we'll go to Insert, Design Features, and we'll create a block. So I'm going to show you now the boss feature and also a groove feature to create a type of shape of object that we're wanting. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert, Design Feature, Boss in this case. And I'm going to specify the units of 1 inch diameter and a height of 2. And I'm going to select the face of this object as the location of the boss point. Okay, so once I select this boss point, I can click OK, and we can select the dimensions that we want in order. And let's say we wanted to center it, we could do the same thing as we did before. And I know that this length is 3.5, so I can specify that as 3.5. I can say that this length should also be 3.5 if I want it right. Or I'm sorry, the width of this is 4, so I know that this should be 2. And we can specify the location of this boss right in the center. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to create a groove. And the groove I want is going to appear on the surface of this cylinder here. It's going to be a little groove along the surface of this cylinder. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert, Design Feature. I'm going to select Groove. Okay, I'm going to select a rectangular groove. And when this option comes up, I'm not going to select the end here. I'm going to select this face because this is the face that I want my rectangular groove to come out on. I'm going to set that I want my groove diameter to be 0.75 and the width of it to be 0.25. I'm going to hit OK. And you see that we have this big shape that appears now when we set these settings. So the position groove, and you see that it's prompting me to input the position groove. The location I'm going to select is going to be this area here, and then I'm going to pick. It's prompting me now for a tool edge, and I'll go ahead and select this other end here for that. I'll select OK. So you see now that we've created a groove that has appeared now in this the location that we want with the particular dimensions of 0.75 and 0.25. So we have a little groove now that we've created on this shape. So what I'm going to want you to do now is I want you to practice. I want you to look at section 6.7. Apply some of these techniques we used, our extrude function. We're going to practice combining two different sketches together, and we're going to practice making holes in these sketches in order to create a door hinge. And we'll practice this in class. So I'll be continuing on in my next lectures over Chapter 7.